We all have a very emotional relationship to child labor. Child labor should not exist, end of story. But if you understand the extreme poverty situation of some of the communities that live in the DRC, then you know that child labor is not going to disappear overnight. Actually, the solution is to invest into this country, and we have a duty in trying to improve the situation. So ASM stands for artisanal and small-scale mining. It's an expression to describe mining activities which are not industrial.
In a lot of cases, the artisanal miners don't mine safely, and then there may also be the possibility of the use of child labor. If you look at the scale of our mines and then the skills involved, child labor is not possible.
At KCC, we do not employ children. We are very strict in our employment process that no one under the age of 18 is employed here.
It is wrong to say that a vast majority of the cobalt that's coming out of the DRC has been produced in conditions which are not acceptable and by children. A simple fact is that more than 80% of the cobalt that's produced in the DRC is coming from industrial operations, and we are not involved in sourcing from artisanal mining sites. What I'm trying together with partners to address, because I think it's very damaging to us and to the reputation of cobalt, are the worst practices in the artisanal mining sector.
So the only solution is to talk about the problem, create processes to fix the problem, which is illegal artisanal mining that includes child labor, and hit the problem head on.
We realized that, first of all, if we wanted to have a long-lasting positive impact in the artisanal mining sector, we couldn't do it alone. So it needs to be done in partnership initiatives together with supply chain partners, the civil society, NGOs, and also the government. And we try to play a role directly or indirectly through our investment into some initiatives like the Fair Cobalt Alliance.
Fairphone is a smartphone company, and we bring the most sustainable phone to the market. It is becoming more important for this industry to ensure that we source cobalt in a fair manner. So we co-founded the Fair Cobalt Alliance to collaborate on improving conditions at these ASM sites and beyond the mine sites in the communities.
So in the Fair Cobalt Alliance, we really have a systemic approach to it. First, we want to address child labor on these ASM sites, but equally, we're putting money and effort into ensuring that the schools are there and open to children. And third, we're looking to see how we can stimulate entrepreneurship and provide an alternative livelihood to the adults.
There's really, on the one hand, a lack of good quality formal education that children can attend versus the poverty that they and their parents live in.
Kama una possibility ya kumpeleka masomo. Sasa haina tabu utampeleka. Shini mwa mtoto anaenda anapata. Utamwambia kesho shinde.
The way to address child labor is not just to focus on one element of it, is to focus on the system itself. And if you look at cobalt mining and ASM mining in particular, supporting millions of lives, if that can be done responsibly in a place where there's few other choices, because there's no manufacturing base, why shouldn't we figure out how to do it responsibly?
Something that's important to understand and to know is that artisanal mining is not necessarily illegal.
As far as artisanal mining activities that takes place in designated zone, ZEA as they are called, those activities are legitimate by government. What people in the industry is trying to do is to ensure that work conditions in such zone are carried responsibly.
A responsible AM site, of course, would be legal. It would be a place where workers can work safely and they have access to the healthcare and the water and the food and equipment that they need.
Oui, coopérative, comment je suis craseur?
The cooperative is like an organization who is helping them to organize their work.
Para vir com masomo, com hospital, com prendre muito en charge kama unakuwa ka problem. Bila coopérative, créage artisanal itakuwa bien.
When they are organized in cooperative, they didn't allow the kids to come in the working area.
Bika minona mtoto ben ifo kumfugusha parce mtoto achozi fanya artisanal. Artisanal afanya pa bantu wako. Zini mambo ya kushuka munjimu mtoto achozi shuka munjimu.
We do implement programs that ensure that children are eradicated from small-scale mining sites. Our programs include over 30,000 children in various other programs, summer camps, youth kiosks, to ensure that kids during school holidays, during weekends, are kept busy and away from such activities.
There are 100,000 people directly depending for their income on cobalt mining. And we believe that if it is done in a sustainable way, it can really benefit the people and also the country. That is why we are engaging and not disengaging.
Mcrezage, ile mnalaka mombe na fieri yangu mimi. Feyane na la kintu mnauzaka. Année passée, bila ya kazi yangu mnauzaka mnyumba, mna nyumba.
Sele makuta kama anapata ko kazi na yo ya kupata makuta mingi ya kutusaidia kunyumba vile tuko na watoto mingi. Hata zia anabeba anaanza kutumika. Mimi naanza hata kuzishi.
The impact of what we do is going to be measured over several years. A very appealing vision of the future to me is for cobalt no longer to be associated with child labor, but on the opposite, being recognized as a mineral which has allowed the emergence of a middle class in the DRC.
I think it takes quite some courage as a company to step into this topic and to embrace a program and a coalition that actively addresses this issue. And it's really key that companies like Glencore take a lead in this, give an example, so that also others can follow and be inspired.